Hey, welcome to our explainer. All right, today we're tackling something that, let's be real, affects every single one of us online, the personalization paradox. Is it just smart marketing making our lives easier, or is it getting, a little too personal? Let's get into it.
I mean, seriously, have you ever stopped to wonder, how does your favorite streaming app know? Like, how does it know exactly what you want to watch next? Or how does that online store show you an ad for the exact same thing you were just thinking about? It's not magic, though it sure feels like it sometimes. Nope, it's all about personalization.
And yeah, that's really the heart of what we're digging into today. We're talking about the promise of personalization and the peril. I mean, on one hand, it's amazing, right? So useful. But on the other, it can feel, well, a little invasive. So where do we draw that line?
Okay, so before we go any further, let's get on the same page. What even is personalization? At its core, it's really just the process of tailoring products, services, all that online content to fit your specific needs. It all runs on data and technology, and the whole point is to make everything you see more relevant and, frankly, more useful just for you.
And this right here, this is the central paradox, the big trade-off we're all making. I mean, who doesn't love getting awesome recommendations that save you time? It's convenient, it's a better experience for sure. But, and this is the big but, for companies to do that, they need our data. And that, of course, leads to the million-dollar question. How is our personal info actually being collected? And more importantly, what are they doing with it?
Okay, so is it even possible to get all the good stuff without that, creepy feeling that you're being watched? The answer is yes, absolutely. Let's dive into how the really smart brands are nailing this, how they get personalization right without getting too nosy.
So here it is, what we can call the privacy-first playbook. The first big idea? Analyze behavior, not identity. It's not about who you are, it's about what you do. Things like your clicks, your purchase history. It's about patterns. Next up, it's all about empowering you, the user. You should be able to control your settings and recommendations. Then there's using contextual clues, like personalizing things based on what you're doing right now, in that moment. They can also group you into anonymous segments with other people who have similar interests. And maybe the most important piece of the puzzle? Asking for permission. Just being transparent and getting your okay before they do anything. So you might be thinking, okay, that's a lot of data to manage. How can a company possibly do all that and protect privacy at the same time? Well, the secret weapon, the real key here, is artificial intelligence. AI is basically the engine that can sift through these massive amounts of information to find patterns, all without needing to see your sensitive personal details.
Let's break down a few of the really smart ways AI pulls this off. First, there's anonymization. This is where AI basically goes in and strips out any personal details from the data, but it leaves behind the useful patterns. Super clever. Then you have something called federated learning, and this is pretty mind-blowing. It lets AI models get trained right on your own device. A great example is your phone's keyboard. You know how it learns the weird slang you use? It does that without sending all your private messages to some big server. That's federated learning in a nutshell. And last but not least, there's predictive analytics. This lets AI make really good guesses about what you like based on what you've done in the past, not on who you are as a person.
Okay, but what happens in those really high-stakes situations? Where the data is super sensitive and maybe even multiple companies need to work together. Well, for that, there's an even more secure solution that's quickly becoming the gold standard.
It's called a data clean room. The best way to think about it is like this. Imagine a super secure, totally neutral meeting room. Two different companies can bring their data into this room. Inside, they can analyze it together, see where it overlaps, and find all sorts of cool insights. But here's the kicker. Neither company can actually walk out with the other's raw data. It's all about collaboration without compromise.
So when do you really need something this heavy-duty? When are these clean rooms absolutely essential? Well, for one, anytime you're dealing with sensitive PII, that's personally identifiable information. It's also a must-have for industries with super strict data rules. Think healthcare or finance. And of course, it's critical for any big brand collaboration where a data breach would be just a total disaster.
All right, so we've talked a lot about the what and the how. But now let's get to the really big question, the why. Why do brands go through all this trouble to personalize everything for us? What's the business logic behind it all?
Look, at the end of the day, personalization isn't just about being helpful. It's about driving real, tangible business goals. You want to increase engagement? You tailor your content and ads. Want higher conversion rates? You use personalized product recommendations. It just works. And if you want to build that die-hard brand loyalty, you create exclusive offers based on what people have bought before.
The key thing to get here is that every personalization tactic is tied directly to a business goal. It's a powerful way to build a stronger relationship with customers.
So if you take away just one thing from his whole explainer, what should it be? It's this. Great personalization, the future of personalization, isn't about invading privacy. It's not about grabbing more and more of your personal data. It's about understanding behavior. It's about getting really smart with anonymous data to give you something valuable, all without crossing that very important line. And that brings us to our final thought. And it's really a question for you. Now that you kind of know how it all works behind the scenes, where do you draw the line? At what point does helpful become, well, too helpful? Something to think about next time you're online.
And that's a wrap for this explainer. Thank you so much for watching. We really hope this helped clear things up a bit around the world of personalization. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.